Good evening. Hey, that's right. I said good evening. Sorry about getting this report a little bit late today. We'll call it the wrap-up report today with this Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. I'm not even sure what time it is, but the sun's down. Looks like a couple people taking a walk along there in a view we don't see very often here. And I am still at the office, believe it or not. What a long day. Take a look at this pier, and if you walk down this pier, you see where my arrow is going, and you keep walking about, I'd say, 3 or 4 blocks, you'll find my precious metal and rare coin store. And we also have an antique and jewelry store there as well. And I'm sitting here right now doing this video. But you know what? A wrap-up is probably really good on a Friday, and let's kind of get into that right now. Let me reduce this window. That's the live Lauderdale by the Sea cam at the Windjammer, which is a great little hotel here in Lauderdale by the Sea. And tonight's video is brought to you by Crimex, the world's leading and most diverse derivatives marketplace. This is actually satire, a little bit funny, but I just kind of had to say that. What else? Tonight's video is brought to you by Cooper and Thief Red Blend aged in bourbon barrels. And even though I'm not being paid for this, I think the Red Blend Cooper and Thief is helping me out a little bit tonight. And let's get into what the prices were today and the closes. Actually, I've got the coin in my hand. I haven't done the coin toss. I'm doing this in a different part of the office here, so forgive me. I'm going to do a little flip here. Let me see if you can hear this. Ready? There you go. Put it on my hand, and the coin says a bull. Man, my coins like bulls, but don't we all? Let's take a look at what closes were today. Low at 1927, a high in 1955.76. That's a Cooper and Thief right there talking to me. Let's see, the close basically looks like 1932.02. A bit on the downside, but man, did we not expect this somehow? I did not expect a sub $25 silver, but we're seeing it right here. And maybe I did to some degree because, you know, $23 is the point where these big commercial banks, according to Ted Butler, and man, that guy knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. Is their break-even point, and they've got to kind of monkey hammer this stuff down lower as much as they can, and that's exactly what they've done the last couple nights. I believe they've spoofed these markets down considerably in the evenings, and we'll take it. You saw the 24-hour chart last night, where most of the activity occurred before the Crimex or the Comex owned markets, or the Comex owned by the CME Group. Again, this video is brought to you by the Crimex people, the world's leading and most diverse derivatives marketplace that manipulates markets on a daily basis. So, especially the silver market. All right, I'm halfway joking about that, but no less, not halfway. We know what the hell's happening out there, folks. Let's take a look at gold again, 1927 to 1955, 1932 right now. You know, you can't complain about the price of gold. It's 1900 plus right now. Maybe they'll knock it down to that sub 1900 level, but it won't last long, and everyone's comfortable with $1,900 gold. Silver just surprises the shit out of us, but should it really surprise us with the known manipulation that's gone on in the silver markets for decades and decades, pointed out by smart people like Ted Butler, where, I mean, 24.19, come on, folks. There's no silver out there to be bought, really. Even 1,000-ounce bars are at a premium they haven't been at for quite some time. And you can say it's supply constraints. You can say that there's not enough blanks out there for silver eagles or maples, but that's all bullshit, man. The fact is that silver is highly manipulated. It has been for a long time, and it's done by it's done on the Comex. It's done on Comex by big commercial banks that short these markets all the time. It's something I talk about all the time. I'm getting sick of talking about it. You know what's going on. And let's move along here to silver, 24.09 the low, 24.69 the high. They almost cracked that sub $24 level. And let's see what happens. Sunday nights is usually good witching hour. And platinum's still below that $1,000 mark. But here's the interesting thing is, I have always talked about that when I believe the markets have been spoofed this week, and that's my opinion. Spoofed somehow And again, in the Globex markets, in the overnight markets, maybe in the LBMA markets, the London markets. And like I said, we'll look at the 24-hour charts there. Actually, let's get into the 24-hour charts right here, right now. All right. And let me do a quick refresh here and see where we're at. 1935, and this is kind of where we're closed at. Take a look here, 1932, which is right in between here. But look at when a lot of this activity occurred last night. Was that in the London market or the New York Globex markets? Both of them crooked ass freaking markets. Either one, London and New York is crooked. Why would anybody be selling gold? Especially, again, a lot of activity happens. The majority of the activity of market movements happening in the New York NYMEX markets. But look at this activity last night. I believe this is what we would kind of commonly call spoofing somehow, some way. And if I'm wrong, call me out on it for sure. Put it in the comment section. Hell, sue me, whatever the frick you want to do. But I believe that this is just downright bullshit manipulation, and probably done again in the New York Globex markets owned by COMEX. This is all my opinion, and also the opinion of people that are smarter than me. So what do you do in the opportunities like this? You do what my smart customers did today, is you buy on gold and silver when they manipulate these markets down. Just keep taking more physical off these markets. I think it's real important, and you're never ever going to worry about waking up one morning and your gold went bankrupt. All right, it's just not going to happen. It's pretty secure. I think $1,900 is cheap overall. Could they hammer up sub 19? They will. More than likely. Maybe. Oh boy, I don't know. That just came right out of my mouth. But I suspect they could. They probably will. Let's see what happens this week. But no less, good buying opportunities. Yeah, and what else are you going to put your money in out there? There's so much shady shit, man. Again, gold's been around for 5,000 years, so you're probably pretty good at hanging on to it right now. Same thing with silver. Look at the monkey hammering that's happening in the silver markets as well. In the overnight, really odd for silver, because most of the time we see the monkey hammering happening in the Crimex markets, which are owned by the CME, and is typically done in the morning, and we have seen that seesaw action, or what I've been calling the slingshot action, here in the morning when Crimex opens up, the New York NYMEX opens up. Again, owned by the CME Group, which runs a really crooked casino. In my opinion, there's the CME Group right there. Let's give our sponsor of the day. I'm making that shit up. They're not my sponsor. They probably hate me. But no opinion. Oh boy, let me have a sip of our other sponsor. Let me have a sip of our other sponsor right here, which is Cooper and Thief. They're not even my sponsor. I made all that stuff up. I have no sponsors, folks. I'm the only sponsor here, and I'm going to tell you how I make my money here. I buy and sell gold and silver. But no less, let's move into the what they did here and look at that overnight market in silver. Typically done in the New York Crimex markets, but overnight markets, folks. If I remember way back in how they typically did it, is first off, they did it. Powell spoke today, talked about, or last night, or it was anticipated Powell was going to make or talk about rate hikes, and that's exactly what he did. They always do it on some kind of news source. They do it in the morning, they do it in the evening. Again, you got to have a good excuse to spoof these markets, and that's exactly what I think is going on. Gold and silver markets are being spoofed for the reason of getting these big commercial banks out of their atrocious short positions. But no less, if you watch the videos, all I'm doing is repeating myself here and preventing myself from enjoying the rest of the glass of this one, or rest of this Cooper and Thief, who I'd actually wish was my sponsor. Anyways. Looking at 24.13 right now, 24.23. Good opportunity to buy, folks. We've only seen over a $2 drop in the course of the last week and a half or 2 weeks. Again, buy the frickin' dips. Don't worry about these people that monkey hammer stuff. And for you new buyers out there, my video was mostly about the new people new people in this market. Not to worry, relax. Don't have the fear that gold is going nowhere, or that you're going to wake up one morning and it'll be worthless. That's not true. And of course the game is rigged. Don't let that stop you. If you don't play, you can't win. What's that? If you're in any kind of investment, you're in any kind of competitive environment. Let's just talk about investments for right now, because that's I hate to use the word investment with gold and silver. I'd rather use the word hedge and a good way to save money, but no less. Um, you're never going to wake up and hear it went broke. That's the one major thing. You're never going to wake up and hear it did a Enron on you. Remember Enron for some of you older folks out there? You're never going to wake up and hear it did that. You're never going to wake up and hear it did a Lincoln and Savings on you. That's even older. You're never going to wake up and hear it's just like worthless, all right? It's been around for 5,000 plus years, so you don't have to worry about that. And the game is rigged, but games have been rigged our whole lives. Ultimately, they've never been able to rig the game of physical gold to some degree. They've been able to kind of play it real well up to this point. But again, of course, the game is rigged. Don't let that stop you. If you don't play, you can't win. And how do you win in this game is you know how the game is rigged. And you know how to take advantage of it. And what's taking advantage of it? Buying these frickin' dips. Buy the physical stuff. And again, don't pay too much as far as premiums go. So relax. I guess equities markets got hammered pretty good today. And based on 1,000-point drop, almost 1,000-point drop right there, I would say that the PPT was unable to put enough money into that to create or to stop the hemorrhaging that was most likely to happen. I'd say that the Fed dumped a lot of money into the unbeknownst to the world, dropped a lot of money through the presidential plunge team into the equities markets. Otherwise, I think this probably would have been double that right there at least. Again, that's just my stupid opinion. I'm moving along from here, and I'm going to tell you what I know best is premiums on precious metal type products. 100-ounce bars are still absolutely the best deal that I can get for you out there. Stay away from American Silver Eagles. Stay away from Maple Leafs. I have them in my store here in South Florida. I'm a local brick and mortar, so you can come and deal with me directly. But I'm going to probably try to steer you into 100-ounce bars and the kilo bars once I get them, and some other lower price premium products before I would ever try to sell you a Maple Leaf or a Silver Eagle. And trust me, I love Maples. I love Silver Eagles. The premium is just stupid right now. And did I say that our video is sponsored by Cooper and Thief? If not, I'm going to try that one more time. And that's bullshit. They're not sponsored. Satire. I don't know if I can say satire. It's satire. We're not sponsored by anybody. But anyway, long day, evening report, and I think coffee. I think I can substitute wine for coffee. Give me 1 second here. As pretty as all this other stuff is, just stay away from it. It's just the premiums are too high unless you collect it. That's the only reason I would buy it, collector-wise. As far as stacking precious metals, stay away from high premium stuff until you have to buy it. 1 second. Did I say it was aged in oak barrels too? So, all right. Let's take a look at, well, as far as silver goes, again, 100-ounce bars, 1s and 10s. It looks like the premiums on 10s have dropped back a little bit, but no less. 100s are the cheapest price out there for silver. And as far as gold, I think gold bars are still the best deal out there. It looks like the sovereign products like Maples and Gold Maples, Gold Eagles, Gold Buffaloes are still pretty high. As I said, if you like Maples, Buffaloes, and that kind of stuff, I advertise to beat J.M. Bullion. People wonder, why do you show J.M. Bullion? You're like advertising the big, one of the best sellers online, the big bullies online. And that's not to take anything away from SD and APMEX, but JM is the big corporate, publicly traded company out there that can, they're the 800-pound gorilla. So as a local store, I advertise to beat them. It's just like the local electronics dealer better advertise to beat Best Buys, otherwise he's going down. So that's what your local coin dealer should do. And if you live in South Florida, I am the local coin dealer to see. If you don't live in South Florida, my suggestion is you find a good local coin dealer. And there's a lot of reasons to deal local. It's not just coins and bullion. It's also about keeping that money in your town, whether it's some of you guys may out there own local businesses. You know what I'm talking about. Keeping that money inside your town, keeping it. When you sell something as a local business person, you spend money in town as well. So once you buy something out of town from JM Bullion, no matter how good and nice and honest these people are, even like JM, that money's out of your area forever. But I digress. I'm not going to go there right now. Even though it is the wrap-up video for the weekend. And let me uh, talk about what the best gold products out there. Definitely still bars. I'd avoid gold eagles and maples as long as the bars are available for under $90 an ounce per premium. And as I said, I advertise to be JMX and SD Bullion here in Lauderdale by the Sea. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. That's my plug. But let's move along from here. It's the same thing. If you listen to my videos on a daily basis, the suggestions on what I've been telling you to buy for quite some time has remained the same. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. However, I do see an issue here. 1 ounce bars, 1 ounce silver rounds are getting very difficult to get. I think you're going to see the premiums go up on them very shortly. And also availability to get very slim. I'm seeing that right now. Maybe 10's the same way. I've got a great deal on kilo bars coming up here as soon as I get my delivery, and I'm not sure about the other online sellers, what their deal is, but as I said, I advertise to beat whatever they do. And as far as eagles and maples and buffaloes, I can beat their prices too. So should your local dealer if he's competitive. And who cares if he's grumpy or not, or if he's even an asshole, you know. Just take his gold and give him your money, and you don't have to talk to him. But you don't have to deal with us. We're not assholes here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in Lauderdale by the Sea. We have good attitudes. We like our customers, and always happy to talk to you about stuff. Did I tell you that we were sponsored by Cooper? No, I'm just kidding. As you can tell, I've had a glass of Cooper and Thief here, so and it's been a long day. London Metal Exchange abandons attempt to crack gold market. Screw them. They're crooked anyway. They're crooked. You see what they did with the nickel market. And they're like, again, another Crimex type market, another crooked market, in my opinion, and people smarter than me. And you know this. You know, I just get tired of talking about how crooked they are. They're so in your face. You know, even the newest silver stacker and gold stackers find out about this stuff pretty much immediately, how crooked the market is. What I don't want them to do is be disappointed. Once you're at the card table with these fuckers, and you know how they manipulate the market, you know how you got to play it, all right? And playing it really is, in my opinion, is stacking physical. And I know I'm in the business. You would expect me to say that, but I think it's true. I really believe that stacking physical is the best way to do it. Just don't pay too much of a big of a premium unless you really need to, and things are really looking tough at the time. But I'm giving you my honest opinion on all this stuff. So if you follow my videos, I you know, maybe I will steer you wrong, but it's I've got a lot of years of experience of doing this. And I'm not saying maybe I'll steer you wrong. I don't mean it like that. But I'm saying is, you know, everyone's can be wrong in life. But I've got a lot of years of doing this, a lot of experience. And that's what I've been trying to share with you on my videos for quite some time. Anyways, Ronan Manley, we're the Russian Gold Reserve Store. Good articles. GATA always does good stuff. Recommend that you have that on your bookmark bar. And again, most of you folks that follow me for a long time have heard me say that 100 times. But not going to read much to you today. But let me just kind of go over some stuff here. As you know, my opinion on a lot of the my opinion is that economics and well, obviously economics, but politics has a large thing to play in the price of gold and silver, in economics and all that stuff. But no less, gonna kind of scan down here and give you my opinion. You know my snarky comments on here. That doesn't surprise me. That's really sad. No matter what happens, that's sad. You know what I mean? Wife, daughter, and gentleman killed there. No matter what you think of all this stuff. I mean, come on. Woke. Anyways. Let me see if there's anything on gold here whatsoever, because if not, I'm going to move along here because, again, I've got a second glass of wine here calling me at some point, and it's been a long day, and I'm sure you feel the same way. If you're watching this video Friday night, if you're not during the weekend, well, hell. All right, let's move into yesterday's video, which was, there we go. Let's see if that's moved in, and oh my gosh, I didn't even plug my mic in properly here, but take a look here. Let me just move that around. No, thank you. That was the
Do you guys see this?
that was the video
right
last
here?
night that
It's
I did, and let me
Audible.
turn down the volume here so you don't have to listen to that stuff. Skip the ad, and there's last night's video. Let me see if there's any questions I can answer there, and I'd like to thank everybody. As you know, I read every comment here. James Lagarde, Deline DeVries, Colin Spiller, Michael Matthews, thank you for commenting. And PS says, I feel like every time the spot price goes too low on these websites that all of a sudden it updates to say, notify me, out of stock, who's buying, platinum bars at 4 a.m. There's something that I have noticed is, there's I'm not going to throw the online companies under the bus for saying that they may pull product and not pull product. I don't know how they run their companies, but generally I would think like JM Bullion, SD Bullion, the big ones, they're leveraged to somehow. They should have the ability to not suffer the downs when the price goes down. I don't think they would have to pull product, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe they do pull product. Some of you have been saying that when the price goes down, especially in the early morning, the product that was available. But that would make sense. If the product goes down on popular online seller, maybe a lot of people would be buying it very quickly. But no less, I can't say how the online guys do it. With us, what we do is we sell it for what we can replace it for, plus a small premium. So, if I sell 100 ounces, even if silver's down $2, what I do is I buy back 100 ounces at $2 cheaper. That's my way of kind of hedging and leveraging. I keep a certain position of ounces. But there are guys out there that hedge and leverage with these companies that do that professionally, where they don't have to maintain a certain amount of ounces. They just offset it with a contract or something like that. But let me go down here. Rick Rock, have you seen the new skyscraper that JP is about to build? Is it made out of silver, perhaps? That wouldn't surprise me. Based on one of our comments said, there it is. Chainsaw said, you said that JP Morgan has 1.2 billion ounces, assuming troy ounces. Let's put that into perspective. I thought this was a cool comment. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, 14.58 pounds. In my state, a flatbed semi-normal loads 22 tons. I started to do the math, and I had it written down, and forgive me there, Chainsaw, I forget what I was going to say, but yeah, that was quite a bit of silver, 1.2 billion ounces. And assuming that they own it physically, but again, that's what Ted Butler's saying, is that they've accumulated 1.2 billion ounces in physical. And really, in the world today, silver is such a, think about it, Chainsaw, silver is such a small market dollar-wise. The whole silver market is, compared to the equities market, compared to Apple. Think about that. They've always said that. Look at the market, the market cap of Apple, and other big companies. Just compare that to the silver market. Silver market's tiny, tiny, tiny. And I know that sounds like a lot of silver to you, and it does look like you were saying that JP has 1,800 semi-loads of silver, but let's put that in perspective. It's hard to put that stuff in perspective, but I'm going to look at your numbers. I'm actually going to send Ted Butler an email and ask him what he thinks about that. But 1.2 billion ounces is completely possible, considering that really the silver market is just minuscule compared to the rest of the act. When you consider how big these companies are, Chainsaw, maybe it's not a lot as much as you think it is. But again, your numbers and your question there is very interesting. Invisible Stacker says, don't forget the misery index is manipulated. Absolutely. Thanks for commenting there. And Walter says I should trim my channel by 10 minutes. Tonight's is probably. Again, I'm ready to have that second glass of wine. That'll trim it by 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, Walter. Crypto, salute and cheers. Bazooka, hey, what's up, man? Gomer, my dealer is a scumbag, charges the same as online. Dude. I said dude 4 times, man. You can tell that's... he's not a scum. If he's charging the same as online, the same as I offered to... I sometimes... You can't always beat JM. Local dealers, you got to remember, these are big online dealers. But your local dealer should be able to match it, come close. So he's really not a scumbag if he's not charging some exorbitant premium there, okay? So no worries there. And thanks for commenting. He may be an asshole, but if he's charging the same as online, that's not bad, dude. You get it in hand. You don't have to order it online, worry about it in the mail and all that shit, okay? Even if it was a little bit more. If he's charging over, then maybe it is better to buy online. I'm not sure. So, excuse me 1 second here. Jim C says, I still like platinum. Yep, absolutely, I like platinum. collector coins and all that stuff too. You know, I got to do a collector show one day. Hey, John Gordon, what's up? Relax, dude, man. You know, have some. Hey, listen. Hey, John, I got something for you. Ready? It's called Red Blend Aged in Bourbon Barrels, Cooper and Thief, 2019. It's not bad, but you know, I can't say I'm the wine connoisseur, but I'm kind of liking this stuff. Uh, hey, good to you, John. Thanks for commenting here. Always like reading your comments, and I appreciate it. Silver Liner, congrats. Thanks, man. 2 years. Appreciate that. G, what's up? Clayton, come by anytime. Well, hey, this is where I conclude it with the think for yourself, question authority. And you know the routine here, folks. I'm not going to sound like a broken record, but I will on Monday. Hey, thanks for watching. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and look forward to see what's going on. The coin says a bull, so let's see if the market's up on Sunday night, Monday morning. We'll see. I can't help but feel that they want to smack it down to that $23 mark. Hey, chart guy, if you're listening, let me know what you think as well. Hey, thanks for watching. If you live in blah, 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 blah. If you live in South Florida, feel free to call me anytime between 10 and 4, Mondays through Fridays at 954-493-8811 to give you what the best deals are. You know, we buy and sell precious metals, bullion and stuff, and I advertise to beat APMEX, JM, and SD Bullion, and I'm very competitive, so I'll probably beat all the local guys in South Florida as well. So come by and see us anytime, 10 to 4. And if you don't live in my area, please find yourself a good local dealer. They got to exist out there somewhere. And if you have to drive 3 or 4 hours to do it, well, maybe you should order online. But no less, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye now. It's ready fresh. You believe that, Marcelo? Ready fresh calling me. Oh my gosh, I better get this video done. You listening, Marcelo?